clinics in that state. And in all of these states, when they pass these new laws to shut down clinics that do abortions, they never really say that they're trying to shut down clinics that do abortions. They always say it's for some other euphemistic reason, right? They usually cite safety or some other good-sounding, neutral-sounding rationale. They never come right out and say they're trying to end access to abortion in their states. Except in Mississippi. There they admit it. The state's governor in Mississippi has been totally open about what his state's shut down the clinics laws are designed to do.
We're going to continue to try to work to end abortion in Mississippi, and this is an historic day to begin that process.
That was Mississippi's governor 2012 when he signed his state's version of the law that's been used in Republican-controlled states across the country to stop women from being able to get abortions by closing down the clinics that provide abortions. And when Mississippi Governor Phil Bryant signed that law in his state was already down to only one clinic left anyway. But the state legislature and Governor Bryant, they were very clear that they wanted Mississippi to not have abortion access anymore. They wanted that one clinic gone. They wanted there to be no place at all, anywhere in Mississippi where a woman could legally get an abortion. Well, today, a federal appeals court said that Mississippi can't do that. The court blocked the state law that would have closed the last clinic in Mississippi. Mississippi had argued to the court that, yes, they did want to shut down that clinic, but women in Mississippi, they said, could just drive to another state if they wanted to get that kind of care. The court said no to that. The court said, quote, a woman has the constitutional right to end her pregnancy by abortion. HB 1390, Mississippi state law, effectively extinguishes that right within Mississippi's borders. As the AP put it today, the court ruled effectively that Mississippi may not shift to another state its obligation for established constitutional rights of its citizens. So now we know, as state after Republican-controlled state forces all of these clinics to close, now today, with this ruling, we know what the court says is the limit, at least for now. You may be able to legislate half the clinics in Texas away. You may be able to legislate it down to one clinic in Oklahoma or one clinic in Alabama, but you cannot legislate away every last clinic in a state. You have to leave at least one. That's the news today from the courts, and that has been the story across the country for the past couple of years. I mean, mostly abortion clinics, women's health centers have been closing. We do not have many new ones opening, which is why it was a big deal last year when Planned Parenthood announced that they were building a new women's health care facility for the great city of New Orleans. Because of the close down the clinics law that Louisiana passed last month, it's not clear anymore what services Planned Parenthood will be able to provide at this new clinic, but they are building it. And in the midst of building it, look who showed up. This was the scene in New Orleans earlier this month, where anti-abortion protesters descended for a 7-day campaign to protest all over New Orleans, to protest at clinics, to protest at the construction site for the new clinic. They protested at the construction company and the contractors building the clinic. What they said they were doing was taking territory. The group who organized this week-long protest is now known as Operation Save America. You may know them by their old name, Operation Rescue. Operation Rescue is the group that got famous a couple of decades ago outside women's clinics in Wichita, Kansas. They're known for their radical, apocalyptic brand of Christianity, among other things. In their worldview, you're either with them on this issue or you are with Satan. Operation Save America likes to frame this issue as churches on one side, religious people on one side, and abortion rights on the other. Religious people, churches on one side, women's health care on the other. But when you talk to abortion doctors and you talk to pro-choice activists, as we have frequently done in covering this topic on this show, those folks also often talk about working on the pro-choice side from their own sense of mission, sometimes explicitly a sense of religious mission. In 2009, a follower of the radical anti-abortion movement in this country shot and killed this doctor who ran a Wichita clinic. The doctor's name was Dr. George Tiller, and he was killed inside his church. He was killed inside his church where he was ushering at Sunday services. The man who killed Dr. Tiller was found with a Post-it note on his dashboard containing the phone number of a local leader from Operation Rescue, the group that had been protesting outside his clinic. But the murder of Dr. Tiller did not happen at his clinic. It happened inside a church, inside his own church, his own religious sanctuary. The story of abortion rights has never been as simple as church and anti-church.